Previously on Survivor.
With the majority alliance of Brittany, Liz, Leia, Mitch, and Cooper in control, tensions grew high between Akshay and the Alexes.
You only voted with me because you wanted my idol. You didn't do it for me, you didn't do it for Neela.
More players began to think about the possibility of turning on Liz.
Liz would obviously be almost impossible to beat in the end.
Yes.
Liz could win.
Liz
could kick our ass.
Liz could win.
But after a frantic idol hunt, Liz came out on top with some new protection.
I texted Mitch and said I found it because I wanted to tell him right away, so that he knew that I trusted him enough to immediately tell him.
Leia admitted to knowing Cooper prior to the game, and although Mitch was slightly nervous, the majority alliance attempted to come to a decision on a possible vote out.
Tarowski really, people see him as this, super villain almost, this, huge threat, but, I'd rather keep him around for a vote or two than, Akshay, who, everyone wants to take to the end, so.
In the end, Thal's relationships with the other side, as well as his secret alliance with Liz, swayed the votes towards Akshay, leaving only the Alexes left in the minority. 7 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
Oh my. Alright, I have no allies.
Fall voted Tarowski. Do you want to talk right now? They're probably going to have a more interesting conversation than we are.
Yeah, go follow them.
We voted out Akshay, which was kind of my doing. I really like Akshay. We really bonded and I think he's great, and I hope, like I said, that we can be friends after this, but I just couldn't keep someone who was such a tempting person to take to the end in the game, because I already knew at that point that I was starting to become a bit of a threat in the game, and I knew that keeping him around was not good for my game, because I kind of wanted to keep other threats around, like Tarowski.
Tarowski apparently voted for Akshay, which was the only vote that I didn't really know where it was going.
He told me that he was told that it was going to be Tarowski or Thal, and that we were splitting votes. No, but I think he might not have
flip it so it wasn't
that. It's possible he just didn't believe it, and that's why.
And it was kind of weird because it almost felt like somebody had tipped him off that it was gonna be Akshay. I'd told Thal right before the vote.
So what's happening tonight is Akshay's gone home.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa. Why?
But I don't think he would have gone to Tarowski with that.
I said, listen, it's going to be one of you three. Vote for the person who gives you the best.
Yeah, I said
make it count.
Yeah, so I just easily not want to go for Thal.
Yeah, so that he looks like the good guy.
I think
The only person who I can think of who would have told him what was going on was Liz. Things are starting to add up, just in the sense that Liz pushed really hard for Akshay last week. I passed Liz randomly on the street last week. She told me she was on the phone with Tarowski. So they were I just happened to pass her, and she's talking to Tarowski at that moment. Yeah, just different things like that. They definitely talk more than they let on, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't think it's a huge concern.
She just flipped it like that. Trust to explain myself.
I look even weaker now, and I cannot believe that me and Tarowski are both still in this game. It is truly insane.
It's not making me laugh.
Thal and I have miraculously survived this far. The Mazons and Cooper picked off our entire alliance, except for us. And if they were smart at all, they would have taken us out a long time ago.
Been waiting for this day for far too long. See you later, you son of a bitch.
But here we are. 15 votes now. Everyone in the final 9 voted for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
unbelievable. It's now 2-on-5. But what the 5 don't realize is that they accidentally kept a tornado in the game.
All right, you guys ready to get to today's community challenge?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, first pitch, I gotta take it back. Thank you. All right, community is back up for grabs. Today, we have a little questionnaire for you all to fill out. So let's do that first, okay? You just filled out a bunch of very interesting questions. For today's challenge, we're going to see how well you all think you know each other. Each of you are going to get one of these dry erase boards. No. There's 10 questions. For each question, I will repeat the question, but you will not write your answer. You will write the answer that you think the most people responded with in the questionnaire. We'll have 10 questions. The person who has the most points at the end of 10 questions will win individual immunity. If there is a tie, we have a tiebreaker question. You guys all ready? All right. Question 1. Who is most likely to be struck by lightning? Count of 3, you will reveal. 1, 2, 3, reveal. Liz says Brittany, Thal says himself. Leia says Tarowski, Brittany says Tarowski. Cooper says Brittany. Mitch also says Brittany. And Tarowski says Brittany. The correct answer was Brittany. Tarowski, Mitch, Cooper, and Liz all have points. Alright, next question. Who is most likely to be late to their own wedding? Alright. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Liz says herself, Paul says Cooper, Leia with Brittany, Brittany says herself again, Mary Matthew! Whoa! A little bit of survivor romance! Cooper says Leia, Mitch says Liz, Tarowski says Brittany again. The correct answer was Brittany. So don't erase it yet, let me see. Tarowski, you get a point. Brittany, you also get a point. Leia, you also get a point. Alright, third question. Who is most likely to go on the rebound after a long relationship? Don't be shy. 3, 2, 1, reveal. We have 4 Thals. Cooper, Brittany say Liz. Thal says Brittany. First time he says Brittany. Alright, answer is a tie between Liz, Thal, and Tarowski. Anyone who says Liz, Thal, and Tarowski gets the point, meaning everyone besides Thal gets a point this round. Tarowski's still in the lead with 3 points now. The rest have 2 except for Thal, who can't even get 1 easily. Thank you. Now we go. All right, next question. Fourth question. Who never shuts up?
Sock shoes.
3, 2, 1, reveal. We have Tarowski saying Liz. Mitch says Brittany. Cooper says Tarowski. Rich says herself? Question mark. Leia says herself. Paul says Tarowski. Liz also says Tarowski. The answer is Brittany again. Come on. Mitch and Brittany both get a point this round.
Yes, I used to be the quietest person, and everyone's like, you need to talk. So.
All right, next question. Who would you most like to be stranded with? 3, 2, 1, reveal. We have Thal, Liz, smallest Liz ever. Oh, we got Mitch. There we go. And Thal. The correct answer, a tie between Liz and Thal, so everybody gets a point. Besides Thal.
Oh my god, this is unbelievable.
Next question. Who is most likely to get away with murder? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Cooper wrote my name, but Tarowski, Mitch, Liz, and Brittany all wrote Tarowski. The correct answer is Tarowski. Tarowski, Mitch, Brittany, and Liz all got a point. Seventh question. Who would you trust with your life? Alright. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Most people saying Liz. Tarowski says Thal. Thal says Tarowski with a heart. Wow. And Liz says Brittany. The correct answer? Liz. Everyone but Tarowski, Thal, and Liz get a point. The scores going into the 8th question are Brittany and Mitch with 6, Tarowski with 5, Cooper, Liz, and Leia with 4, and Thal and not get a point. Alright, 8th question. There are 10 questions. Who mistakenly thinks they are smart? Gotta answer it. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Tarowski saying himself, Cooper, Brittany, and Liz also saying Tarowski. Thal says Cooper. Leia says Cooper. And Mitch says himself. Doesn't want to make any enemies. The correct answer is Cooper.
Yes!
Thal and Leia get a point. Thal with his first point on the board.
Come back to baby.
Mitch and Brittany still in the lead with 6 points. Tarowski coming up right behind, and Leia with 5 points. 9th question. Who does not deserve to still be here? Three, 2, 1, reveal. Tarowski says Brittany. Mitch says Brittany. Cooper says Brittany. Brittany says herself. And the rest say Tarowski. Thal says himself. I guess after this performance in this challenge, the answer is Brittany. Everyone besides Leia, Thal, and Liz get a point. Mitch and Brittany have 7 points. Tarowski has 6 points. Here we go. Who has the best chance of winning this game?
Best chance?
Who has the best chance? Who has the best chance of winning this game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Tarowski says Liz. Mitch says himself. Cooper says Liz. Brittany says Liz. We got Leia, Liz, and Cooper. The answer is Liz. And that means with the majority of votes, Brittany, you have won individual immunity. All right, Brittany, come grab. Alright, Brittany safe from the next tribal council. The rest of you will become the next member of the jury. First off, Hannah.
I love that challenge. Yeah, I really wanted to be in the game for when we got to do that, just because I think it's just funny. Brittany got a lot of the bad ones, at least deserving to still be here. Sorry, Brittany, I did put you for that, but kind of an obvious choice. Liz won a lot of the good ones. The big one was obviously like most likely or best chance to win the game. Winning that puts in a huge target on your back. Not that you already didn't have one, but like that just like target like became that much bigger. I think she feels safe this week, but she's definitely nervous based on that challenge.
Nana, you still wearing it?
Hi, Brittany.
Do you know what YouTube is?
No, you said on YouTube.
You're gonna be on YouTube.
Oh no.
Basically, to summarize this week, we ended up voting out Akshay. Was I on board with that? No. The week before, we voted Angela. Was I on board with that? No. Both weeks, we were in this alliance of 5. After we voted Kara, we had our new alliance of 5, Maison plus Cooper. And I was ready to vote out Tarowski both times. Mitch and Liz were scared of Cooper and Leia. Cooper and Leia were scared of Mitch and Liz. I'm just here in the middle like, guys, can't we be one happy family, vote out Tarowski? They were scared that voting out Tarowski would break us up. Of all the Neelas us 3 could have voted out, we chose like the 3 who were kind of more on the bottom, keeping the 2 most powerful, the Alexes in the game, which is just beyond me.
Are we geniuses or are they dumb?
I mean, it's both, but we also like knew beforehand. Like we've definitely influenced them in the right directions every single time.
Right.
Oh yeah, us writing down that we would trust each other with our lives is so fucking funny.
I just thought the last one was interesting.
Which one was that?
Who's the most likely to win the game? Best chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking for a while that Liz is really situated well. I don't know.
Yeah, she is.
Mitch and Brittany are tied going into the last question, which is who has the best chance of winning the game? And Mitch puts down himself. He thinks that everybody thinks he has the best chance of winning the game. Not only was him writing his own name down a sign of such self-indulgence, it also lost him the challenge, which was so funny. His ego is so big, he had to put his own name down, and then he lost immunity because of it, which was just poetic beauty. Liz is obviously the most likable person out of all the Maisons. It's not even close. And for him not to see that is insane.
I mean, I did push for it to be Akshay, because I thought Akshay, was... Because since he's just such a, non-threat, I didn't really want him still in the game.
Right. I completely understand that logic, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. This is working out very nicely.
I appreciate you telling me everything, and I'm happy to finally have an ally in this game. So
yeah,
this is good.
Me too. There's one more thing
that I probably shouldn't tell you, but I'm gonna tell you.
Because I was nervous about.
I just didn't know who I don't know. It was just, I was so scared about telling people this.
But so I just and I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but I feel at this point you've told me so many things and I trust you. But I have the idol. So
wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I can either play it this week or we can try to blindside Cooper because he doesn't have the idol.
Right. Wow. I don't think you should. I think you should hold on to it for sure. Yeah. I mean, we have so many options here. Between Mitch, Brittany, and Tarowski, we should not. You should not have to use the idol. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome.
It's not looking good for me this week. Thanks, George, for those questions on the challenge. We're in the majority, so we can just vote out. Like, I feel like Tarowski, at this point, like, why would we keep him around any longer?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, and, like, I see no reason to fuck around with it. Like, let's, I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, you know, clearly there's this perception that, like, people think I have a good chance of winning the game, and so who's gonna want to take me to the end? If people think that you know, other people think that I am gonna win, then, like, so.
I think this week is the week.
Okay, why?
Because if Liz has the idol, if she wins immunity at 6, she's guaranteed Final 4 right there. And that's scary. Before Akshay was voted out, I was already in talks with Leia about we need to make a move at 7. It's this week because it puts us in a really, really good position. Because obviously it's Tarowski next week. No one's bringing him to 5. It had already been kind of rumored that Liz was coming after Leia, maybe at 5. So I figured Leia would probably be on board. My plan was to bring her and Thal in, and then us 3 to vote out Liz at this next tribal council. My initial assumption was that Maison, or the new Maison, so me and the Maison members, were going to split the vote, probably 3 Tarowski and 2 Thal. Girls would be Tarowski, guys would be Thal. And so Leia and I would take off our votes, and with Thal we would vote Liz. Doesn't matter who Tarowski votes for, we don't even have to clue him in on what's happening, and Liz would go home. My worry with telling Mitch anything this week is I think the plan could easily get blown up once he knows something. So the question is if we let Brittany in on the plan that's happening this week, because Leia can just tell Brittany, hey, like, I don't want to do it, and I think that would kind of just stop Brittany, and she'd be like, okay, then we won't do it this week. Leia's gonna have to do some work on making Brittany feel like that was more her idea than ours. I don't know. We've got a lot to think about, but as long as people aren't being dumb and don't blab to Mitch or Liz or Tarowski about this, then all should go well.
He was very set on Final 5 being, like, the Maisons plus him.
Yeah.
But now, because he's so convinced that you or Liz have immunity, he's terrified that one of the two of you is going to win immunity.
Yeah.
The other one's going to have an idol at 5. And that after that, like, you guys aren't going to want to vote, like, me and Brittany are going to want to vote him.
Yeah, I could help out. I'm not going to vote Liz, but I could scare her this week if you want me to.
Say, like, I think Leia and...
I would say, listen, we have this photo of Leia and Cooper together. We suspect they're close. If they're gonna make a move, it's this week. I don't know if she has an idol. She may not, and then she'll get really scared. Then she may start scrambling if she doesn't have one.
I really think she has it.
I suspect she does as well.
If what I think is gonna happen happens, she plays an idol, and Tarowski goes home.
Then things get dicey. Right?
Then things are dicey.
Yeah.
The past 4 weeks now, I have been laying the groundwork, step by step, creating friendships, not alliances, creating relationships, not deals. And it is finally coming to pass.
At this point, I think it's crucial a Maison goes this week, and once that happens, I think the game is much more, like, wide open, and there's people kind of just, like, doing their own thing.
Right.
And at that point, you kind of have to start looking for, like, you have to look for people who you want to go to the end with.
Now, like I said, this is incredibly tricky because they all trust me and they all want to use me going forward. The question is, who do I go with, and how do I make sure that I don't just survive this week, which is the easy part, but survive the following week, and the week after that, and the week after that. On one side of Maison, you have Cooper and Leia. On the other side of Maison, you have Liz and Mitch. And in the middle is Brittany. Now, for a while I thought Brittany was more in the Liz-Mitch camp. It turns out I was very wrong. Brittany is more in the Leia Cooper camp, and more so, she wants to make a move this vote to vote out Liz.
Perceived as number 5. She's perceived as a leader because she's brings people hot chocolate and blankets.
Well, that's great news, except for the fact that Cooper and Leia have been planning this for a little while now and have already come to me and want to vote out Liz. Now, originally, Maison was going to split the votes between me and Tarowski, so they would only need me, Cooper, and Leia to vote out Liz. Great. What they don't realize is that I'm working with Liz.
I think Brittany feels like from the impression I got was that she feels really antsy to make some move. She doesn't know what she wants that move to be, but she was saying that, like, she is afraid of the big threats, and while she doesn't know, like, who she would want to work with, she sort of just knows, like, who she feels like would need to take out. And so, like, I was just playing along, being like, yeah, if you feel like you're in the middle, like, that's where I am too, and, like, maybe she and, like, you and I can just sort of, like, bounce around or, like, work together to try and, like, vote out the big targets. And she was like, yeah, but she definitely specifically said you as one of those targets.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm sorry to keep breaking your heart.
No, it's okay.
So I've already told her their whole plan. Liz is way ahead of you guys. And why am I doing that? I needed one person that I could really trust. And Liz and I just get along, and no one knows about our relationship, which makes it super powerful. If we can keep that going, we're doing well. So I felt like I needed to really solidify that alliance as much as possible, so I have told her everything. Because if they, I guess you're saying, so if they pull her in, then we could pull Tarowski in. That's worst case scenario, I guess.
Yeah. Because we would need him in that case, yeah.
Right. All of this waiting has turned Maison into a boiling pot, a tea kettle. And right now it is shaking harder than it ever has. It's ready to explode. From all directions, everyone wants to turn on each other, which is perfect for me.
The tables have turned, and I knew earlier in the game I might need Alex Thal, and he's really coming in handy now. And I already knew at that point that Cooper and Leia were probably against me. Now I'm in this situation where I don't know if I can trust anyone I've been trusting. So thankfully I have Alex Thal, who I, at this point, trust Alex Thal more than anyone in the game.
At some point later in the week, I plan on telling Mitch about this plan that Leia and Cooper have going. And then he's going to tell Liz. Hilariously, Liz already knows and is way ahead of him, and we've been planning how we're going to tell Mitch.
Yeah. So it's been a rough week for me. It was Thanksgiving break, and the whole time, basically, I was having to deal with a lot of Survivor stuff because now I'm just this huge target. So that's been fun.
I just think it's so dangerous to go to Final 5 together because Mitch or Liz between the two of them, and then you or Cooper, whoever doesn't win, will go home. And I just feel like that just won't be good with an idol, so that's why I feel like I kind of wanted to do something.
Leia and I are solid. I think both of us, I got her on board with Liz, so Leia and I are done to vote Liz. I just talked to Alex, and I felt very confident about him a few days ago, but now after my phone call I'm a little less confident just because I think it's so easy for him, if he wanted to now go to Mitch and Liz, tell them everything, and then they target Leia or Cooper. Probably Leia. So I'm nervous he would do that, but at the same time, okay, now people are starting to look at me, so maybe I should sit down.
By making this move, I'm kind of setting myself up in not the best position at Final 6, but it's time. I just need to get Liz out of this game. Voting out Liz is such a high thing up on my resume because everyone views me as in Liz's back pocket. Watch me go out from under her and now it's time to play. And I'm ready to play. I'm very excited about this. Even if it doesn't work, I would rather have this fail. As I've been saying, I would rather just fail than to just be dragged to the final 2 as this person on bottom of Maison. So I really don't think I have anything to lose here.
this right so that he doesn't fucking spoil this plan to Leia and Cooper and everybody. So he might not even pick up, but... yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Do you have a minute or two to talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, we talked on Monday about if there was a plan that I heard about that was going against you, that you would like me to tell you about it. There is a plan. It's not directed at you specifically. I'm now coming to you because I don't want to go along with this plan, and I would rather work with you. And I feel I owe this to you, considering you have kept me off the chopping block for a lot of weeks now. So I hope you will be open-minded about this and trust me. And if you don't, I do have like textual evidence to show you to prove that this is actually what's going down.
Okay.
Okay. With that all being said, there is currently a plan in place for Cooper, Leia, Brittany, and myself to all vote against Liz this vote.
Okay.
So, at that point, that was the original plan. It was just going to be us three, and because you guys were going to split the votes between me and Tarowski, that was all they thought they needed. And so it seems at this moment that Brittany is going to get fully brought into the plan to vote out Liz.
I'll give you my reaction. I'm not entirely surprised that the two of the three are Cooper and Leia.
Right.
If I had to guess, it was going to be those two. Brittany is the one that does surprise me a little.
Yes.
It seems she's played kind of a complacent game.
Right.
Maybe she's just kind of itching to do something substantial.
Yes, that is the impression I got from her. I think she has felt a little bit crushed under the weight of Liz for at least some time now. But I would love to hear what you think about all this. I realize this is a lot of information, and you probably
I'm just, I don't particularly want to, the thing with me and Liz, like, I get Liz is a good player and I don't want to sit with her at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of me is like, well, as long as it's not me this weekend, at some point I felt like I was going to have to write Liz's name down, so that may save me from having to do that.
Right.
And then the other part of me is saying, well, she's, my closest alliance member. We're only at 7. How can I get rid of her so easily?
Mm-hmm.
And then I do trust you that you're bringing this all, and it makes sense. And then part of me is thinking, well, are you trying to get me to play an idol that I could potentially have incorrectly?
Right.
That's kind of what's going through my mind right now.
Okay.
And where does Tarowski stand in all of this?
I have no idea. Tarowski, I remember asking Cooper, because Cooper, when he originally brought up the plan to me, was thinking that he and Leia would need both me and the remaining Neela member, which is Tarowski. But after the vote, he said that because they're splitting the votes, we don't actually need Tarowski, and he said that he doesn't fully trust Tarowski not to go and do what I'm doing right now and spoil the whole plan. I mean, I know what their plan is currently, and that's 4 votes on Liz, which is a lot, but minus me is 3, which means that if we could somehow grab Tarowski, we could do that, or if there is an idol, perhaps, between you and Liz, that could come into play. I see Liz as someone who has all of a sudden become really backed into a corner, and so I was hoping that us 3 could sort of come together as a new alliance, and something that would be better for me than going with with Brittany and Leia and Cooper, because I feel like I'd be on the bottom of that, and I would be one of the bigger targets in that, whereas I feel like Liz is probably a bigger target than either of us.
So that's why I would love, if this is all true, I'd love to have me, you, Alex, and Liz all vote for, like, Cooper or something like that.
Right.
But I'm just worried about Tarowski.
I completely understand, and am also worried about Tarowski. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I basically went through like everything that I've told you for the most part and explained how it all went down. I think he believes me. He's not gonna tell anybody about it. I can't believe I'm just talking to and lying to every single one of them. Oh God.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my group of 4 meeting, and we're gonna decide about Liz.
Yes. Yes. Then I am going to talk to Thal and say, Thal, listen. I suspect an idol is either in Liz's hands or in Cooper's hands. I'm willing to sacrifice either of them, including my closest ally. I think you should still put votes on Liz this week. If she plays an idol, great. Then you can work with us next week. If she doesn't, that's not the worst thing in the world either, because I still know you're on my side. And the idol's been flushed, or you know.
Obviously, I'm gonna protect myself. I trust Mitch. I told Mitch about the plan from the beginning. It was never an option for me not to tell Mitch about this. Cooper was wrong. Cooper thought that if I told Mitch about this plan, Mitch would go to Liz and he would stop the plan from happening. But he didn't. He was willing to let the plan go through. The catch being he was going to make sure that Liz played the idol, which he admitted to me later that Liz told him she had the idol.
My game is right now very under the radar. Me and Leia just keeping things discreet. We're giving each other every bit of information in this game. Cooper, Liz, or Tarowski has to be the one going home. It doesn't matter who, and we need the idol out.
My thing is that if Liz doesn't know that we're for sure turning on her, she'll want to vote Tarowski. And we can't tell her that we're for sure turning on her, otherwise she won't play her idol.
Yeah.
So, do this thing with Thal.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling that it's going to end up being Tarowski because that's what makes more sense.
Thal's gonna like this. Thal's gonna be happy that the idol is gone and that a big Cooper's going home. He's gonna love that.
Yeah.
He's gonna love it. Cooper, in my opinion, is the most arrogant player in this game. I mean, the dude, he thinks everybody's with him. He thinks Leia is with him. Well, obviously Leia's not with him. She's with me, duh.
Cooper was also so positive that Thal wouldn't turn on us, that Thal wouldn't go to Mitch, and instead of being on the bottom of a 4, where it's me and Cooper who want to take Brittany to the end and Thal's our number 4, instead he would go to Mitch, and he, Liz, Mitch, and Tarowski would be a 4, and Tarowski's definitely on the bottom of that 4, so he would at least be number 3, and even possibly Mitch's number 2.
But I play off people's arrogance. You got Liz and Cooper who feel like they're in such control, like they're leading the charge. Me and Leia just sit back, we watch it all happen, we talk about it, we make the decision that's right.
The two of us agreed that he wasn't going to tell Liz that Thal went to her. The idea being if she knew that she could rope in Thal, then she wouldn't have to play her idol. And I convinced Mitch to tell Thal about Liz's idol and tell Thal that that's why he wasn't going to Liz, because he wanted to make sure that her idol got played this week.
Liz does have the idol.
She does.
She does. And
Whoa.
I think me and you both have the same objective. We want Liz to stay in the game, but I don't want her to have the idol long either. I want the idol kind of out of the game as well. And I assume you do too.
Oh, wow.
If you guys stick 4 strong on her, then me and Liz plays her idol, she saves herself.
Okay.
And then basically Liz and I control who goes home.
Interesting.
It's good for us too, because I look loyal to Liz. You look loyal to Cooper and their group.
Liz, I think, is a little cocky. She has the immunity in her pocket. She had a necklace a week or 2 ago. She thinks everybody's close to her, that everybody's giving her all this information, that I'm kind of roped along with her, that Brittany's roped along with her. Nobody knows it. Nobody thinks that me and Leia sit in a power position. They just assume we're going to be numbers on one side or the other. If Liz plays her idol, it's because we controlled that. If Tarowski goes home, it's because we controlled that. If Thal joins us next week to vote off Cooper or vote off Tarowski or Liz, we did that. And so what we hope happens this week is Liz is forced to play her idol because 4 votes are going her way. Liz and I vote Tarowski still. I don't mind when people feel confident. I don't mind when people feel powerful. I know I have the power. And I know I'm going to win this game. But nobody else has to know that yet. I'll keep that one to me.
There's some more details to this, but long story short, he wants you to have to play your idol, and then that's what he wants to do, and he, like, to the point where he doesn't even want to tell you that I told him anything. He just wants to, like, get you to a point of enough, like, paranoia that you'll play it, and then you two can decide who goes home, and then I would still vote against you and pretend I'm on their side.
This is so annoying. Wait, why? So he just wants me to not have an idol?
Yeah.
So basically, all of my closest allies are turning on me. I'm so pissed at Mitch. Mitch told Alex that I have the idol, and basically he wants to get me to play my idol this week, and then presumably he wants me out soon because he wants to get rid of my idol. And like, at this point I have Alex Thal and I have Alex Tarowski, and those are my two biggest allies. This is not at all how I thought this game was going to go. I did not think Alex Thal was going to end up being like my confidant and the person I could go to for anything, and then that I would trust Tarowski. But I trust Tarowski. Like, honestly, I talked to him. Mitch didn't want me to talk to Tarowski, but fuck that. So I talked to Tarowski.
Either way, you should make the first move.
Right, either way.
Yeah.
No matter what, I want Cooper out. So,
right. And I've been dying to vote him out the entire post-merge ever since he betrayed me. So,
yeah,
I'm all in.
So at this point, I have Alex Thal and Alex Tarowski, and then I have Mitch, who is not actually with me, but I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm so screwed no matter what, and I'm just... Brittany also turned on me, which honestly hurts more than anything that Brittany turned on me.
The strategy now changes because we have survived to the point where the Maisons are starting to turn on each other. It's not just me trying to get them to pick other people to vote out instead of myself. They're actually going at each other's throats now. And Thal and I, specifically Thal, but me through him as well, are right in the middle of it. Someone who's complicating things is Mitch, because Mitch and Liz are not on the same page anymore. Mitch has no idea about her relationship with Thal. No one supposedly has any clue about her relationship with Thal except for me, but she doesn't even know that I know about her relationship with Thal. Like I was saying, Liz is obviously the most likable Maison. She's picked the right people, me and Thal, to get her out of the hole that she's now in, and she's gonna get out of it. I like the spot that I'm in, personally, because, and I'm able to do this without actually having to form relationships with people and having to get the information from it themselves. I'm getting everything through Thal. Thal is just, by the front man in my game. He is the Dawn to my Cochrane. And it's good for me that he's the one making all the relationships and getting people to trust him, because he's the one that's going to be backstabbing people when the time comes.
I guess we're voting together this week.
Yeah. That's the rumor on the street, I guess.
We're on the street.
I'm immune this week, but I am completely freaking my freak. I don't think I've ever been this nervous for a vote, because even the tribal councils that we were down in numbers, I at least knew that the outcome would be bad, and when we were up, I sort of knew that it would turn out fine. I have zero idea what's happening tomorrow.
And as far as we know, both Liz and Mitch are putting their votes on Tarowski. So in a worst case scenario where Liz plays her idol, Tarowski goes home.
I'm voting you.
But you're not actually.
Right. And these are the two that are supposed to be voting for you.
So basically tomorrow either Liz goes home, which would be amazing. She's my closest friend. I wouldn't even call her an ally. She's my friend. She's my closest friend in this game. Either Liz goes home or Liz stays, and I am just screwed. There's so much riding on tomorrow. I am terrified. I know I'm safe, but it doesn't matter, because if I don't think people are voting me out anyways, which I think is still true, but if this doesn't work out, I am just so screwed.
I talked with Liz early in the week, and obviously the plan is to get her out. So I just tried to make her feel really comfortable, and most of the conversation I focused on like what was gonna happen when the Maison people all got to 5.
I mean, I will try to keep you around
Yeah,
at 5.
and I'm gonna try to keep you,
yeah.
because we can at least protect each other.
Right, like I really don't think that like the rest of Maison is gonna want to take you to that end.
Yeah,
so
no, I don't either. Which is, I talked to Tarowski earlier, and pretty much was like, hey, it's you or Thal, and pretty much you. I think there's a chance, but I just wanted to get your like opinion on like if you were to stay this week, like what are you trying to do moving forward?
I will take any offer that comes my way. The thing I don't get is these people seem to think that I'm like a huge jury threat. I'm a huge strategic threat. I can manipulate anybody, but yet they're acting as if I'm not talking to anybody, and I don't have any plans in motion. Like, as an outsider looking in on my viewpoint in the game, how can you not think that I'm doing whatever I can to stay in the game and whatever I can to make plans? Like Cooper thinks that I'm just doing nothing? What? I really love to throw out Cooper. He has just been my arch enemy this whole game, and I need to win this battle. I need to.
I called Mitch today, and because I wanted to just see where he was at and see like what he was planning on telling me. He told me nothing. He gave me no information. He just basically said he was honestly like an asshole to me. Basically shoot down all my ideas, as he often does anyway. Honestly, like I have never loved the way that Mitch talks to me. I think he doesn't think I'm that smart, and I always just have been really good at just like letting that go and being really patient and just like.
So I am in an incredibly good position, but also an incredibly precarious position. Every move that I make from here on out is bound to piss some people off, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, I've been sitting back, biding my time, making these relationships, and now is the time for me to start playing hard.
So the options are as follows. I can either, option 1 is I vote with Tarowski, Liz, and Mitch and vote out Cooper. Liz doesn't have to play her idol, and Cooper goes home. But if I do that, then I've clearly betrayed both Brittany and Leia, and Mitch will immediately pick up that I've been in talks with Liz because he expects Liz to play her idol and for me to vote for Liz. The second option is to go with what Mitch thinks is currently the plan. I, along with Leia, Brittany, and Cooper, vote for Liz. Liz does play her idol, takes out Cooper, and Mitch and Liz and Tarowski are still in the game, so I still look like I'm good with Leia and Brittany, though they might be kind of suspicious of me that I went and leaked this plan. The third option is definitely the craziest, and that plan is to actually switch the votes last minute to Mitch. Get Leia, Brittany, and Cooper to all vote out Mitch. Mitch would leave the game, and never get to expose everything that I told him.
He wouldn't tell me everything, but either someone told him the plan, or Tarowski has completely gotten in their heads and convinced them of the exact plan that's happening.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I swear I have literally not talked to him in over a week.
Okay.
Like literally not a word.
I believe you. I trust you. He was saying like, you're such a big threat, all this stuff. And I just feel like, fuck, damn it, I thought this was...
This is so fucked up.
I don't think they see Mitch coming from a mile away. Maybe they even... I really don't think they see Mitch coming from a mile away. I think it's so much better for us going forward too.
This week, Cooper, Mitch doesn't think I'm flipping on him this week. He doesn't. Unless he told him.
I don't know what's happening right now. What?
Your logic doesn't make any sense. What the fuck game would I be playing if I went and told Mitch all this, then went and told you this? This is insane.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. If Tarowski told them...
We need to decide what's happening right now.
We're voting Tarowski. Why?
I really disagree. I think we should vote Mitch.
I don't know. We need to decide a name right now. I just say, can we just do Tarowski? Is that a yes or a no?
All right, we will now bring in the members of the jury. Kara, Angela, voted out last, Akshay. All right, well, we are getting down to it. It is the final 7, and normally in Survivor, this is around the time that moves get made. Mitch, going in.
Can I just start, George?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal.
What's up?
Here's the deal. There was a plan this week to come after you, and apparently you heard about it, and...
No, I actually haven't heard about it. I just figured that was happening.
Okay, so...
You haven't heard about it? I just knew that you guys were being so weird to me.
Here's the deal. We're sticking to the original Design 5 plan of voting the 3 for that one person and 2 for the other. Okay? There's not, like... There have been rumors about people playing idols and things getting bounced back. Me, and I'm not taking a chance on it, and I honestly plead with you both right now.
We were all thinking of turning on each other this week, but we have to stick together.
I didn't want to turn on
anyone.
anyone.
The only reason I did it is because we didn't know where the idol was, and it was freaking out because we were confused. We were so committed to the final 5. We were so committed to it.
I was the only one who really wanted to stay loyal, and I knew that you guys were being so weird to me. I didn't want to turn.
Which is why I did that. I wanted you to go. I didn't want you to go home. That way the idol's gone. We stick together. We're fine.
You didn't want me to go home?
No, I didn't.
The 5 of us need to come together right now and just vote how we would have voted.
Paranoid about Leia.
And that's why the 4 of us,
You have to put your trust in me.
You have to put your trust in me that like I have Leia under control.
Leia, what are you guys talking about? What is this plan that was originally going to happen that you're changing now?
The 5 of us were going to stick together, and no one was moving from it. And then people got paranoid, and there was a plan put together. There was. Against Liz. And no one was happy about it, and everyone was questioning it. But you said that you were going to turn on us this week.
Because you were going to turn on me. I never would have done that if you didn't turn on me.
You want to know what really happened? So Fall came to me telling them that it was going to be votes on you with him.
He was telling me.
And now what's happening? He was doing that to vote the votes on me now.
This is the 5 of us need to stick together right now.
So you knew about the plan that included Fall
He's trying
from the
to play
beginning.
us. Yeah,
So
I
all
did.
week
I'm
you've
sorry.
known about Fall.
I'm sorry.
Thal, what's going on from your perspective here?
I know, and that's why we fixed it.
I don't know.
Alex,
The 4 of us were just hanging out there about who to vote for because we switched the vote from you to Mitch, and we sent Fall back, and I talked to them, and I was like, we're not doing this. We're gonna stick. I'm gonna come here, and we're gonna stick together. The 5 of us.
The word he used was going rogue.
The 5 of us need to stick together. So, coming into this, Fall thought we were voting you, and that's no longer happening.
I told you I couldn't trust Liz. I told you all week I can't trust Paul. And the reason he came to me with this, and I knew I wouldn't be able to trust him. I knew it. I knew you had no other choice but to play the idol for yourself, and obviously now the votes are going to me.
What did you tell Fall?
What did I tell Fall? I told him just stick with the plan.
But
Fine.
who did you tell him you guys were voting for?
Who's me?
You were Liz.
Who did you say you guys were voting for?
Okay.
So
That's
why
what
did he come to
Cooper.
us? Why weren't you fine with Cooper going home?
What do you mean? I can't tell how
Why
much
did you
this
come
is
to us?
real on your guys' part.
He went to
I
Mitch,
have
and then he went to us. He's been flipping back and
20
forth.
minutes ago and have no idea like what's been going on.
I didn't
Nobody
want
has
I
talked to
honestly
me.
didn't.
How am I supposed to vote with you guys if you were all going to vote me out?
We're not.
Okay, so now you're just not going to.
Right. Well,
So it's just going to be the 5 of us again, and then I'm clearly the 5th.
Brittany, you are obviously in disarray as well. Can you give me your perspective of what is going on?
I have been
like until 7:45 like away, and then all of a sudden I get a lot of phone calls, and I like genuinely nobody has given me the Spark Notes version of what happened, so I'm just sitting here in the corner like.
Eventually, there was a plan that included Fall, and I was terrified that they knew about the plan and that Liz was going to play an idol and that she was going to vote someone off. And what I never expected to happen was to have Fall come to us and say that Mitch told him the plan. And now everybody's just angry at everybody because what was happening is that he was strong-arming us into voting. I don't even know. I'm confused why Fall did what he did. I'm honestly confused.
Why the fuck would I stick with you?
What do you want to do then?
Because you're just gonna I don't know what you want me to tell you. You were gonna vote me out. Like what am I supposed to like?
But now it's between us, and apparently there's an idol somewhere in there, and I don't want to do this anymore. So.
Well, I know you don't want to do this, but I don't want to be fit. If you're just gonna vote me out, I don't care. If I'm not gonna.
Mitch, clearly when you have these amount of numbers and you have 7 people and there's an alliance of 5, people are always going to feel on the bottom. And when something like the challenge happens last week, when Liz is clearly being shown that she has a great potential to win, do you think she's justified in thinking that maybe she's the next one to go?
Absolutely. That's the unfortunate error of what happened last week, is it gave someone like Fall perfect timing to go to these 3 and say, listen guys, we all mutually recognize that Liz is somebody who's a threat. This is insane. That we need to vote her out this week. I knew about the plan. I don't want Liz going home, and I knew she has.
So he didn't tell me.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. Because what was I supposed to? What was the alternative? I trust Fall to vote with us.
Or you just tell me what's going on, and then we can make a decision together.
And I knew you would be
We went to Mitch in the beginning, and
Everyone's speaking over each other.
He's been playing both sides all
Whisper to Fall.
Fucking
Whisper to Fall to the snake. Okay.
Cooper, specifically wanted to meet with me, tried to make me feel super comfortable, talked about how he wants the 2 of us to, stick together, blah, blah, blah. Leia called me, was, weirdly nice to me. It was all very weird.
That was true at the time.
Was it?
Yes, it was. But you didn't believe me on the phone. I could tell. You didn't.
You have to go up and get
Tarowski, obviously this is a perfect position for 2 people like both of you two, Thal and Tarowski, where the 5 have a lot of dissension in their ranks. They are distrusting each other, they're throwing each other's names out, and chaos is happening at Tribal. So what do you have to say to someone like Liz, where you potentially need her vote this week?
Yeah, I have no idea what's about to happen. I haven't been in the loop at all. I've been completely blacklisted by this group. And it sounds like the original plan that Cooper is referring to is to put 3 votes on me and 2 votes on Thal. And if they're trying to vote me out, I'm the only person that's not in this at all. It sounds like a horrible plan to vote me out. That's all. That's what I think. So, all I can do is sit here and not say a word and hope that makes sense to people, because it does. I haven't plotted against anybody. I have been begging for someone to give me a name to vote for. No one's done it.
Yet when people beg for names to vote for, they go and turn it around and use it against each other and split us up.
What did I do? Okay,
your partner did that.
He's not my partner. He voted for me last week.
Well, hey, I saw him just whisper now to Leia that he wants you out.
Say that. So he's clearly not my partner.
Well, let's see how the night goes then.
What?
There's just been way too much leverage at me that I don't know how I would respond to it all right now. I would like to vote the way that I said I was going to vote with the people that I said I was going to vote with, and I think I obviously have some explaining to do, but I don't think I've been unclear with my intentions this week.
George, I have the idol,
do
and
not.
I was going to play it for Liz this week. That's what I was really trying to do.
Do you want to show it to us?
No, I don't.
I knew for a fact that Liz or Mitch had it. It had to be. That's the only thing that made sense. It was possible that you had it, and you're ballsy keeping it in your pocket. Wow, but I mean, those were the only options.
Does anyone have anything left to say?
Yeah, hold on.
have to get to the vote. All you are up first.
I actually don't know who I'm voting for right now. I honestly don't know.
I'm choosing to trust Cooper just because I don't have a plan, so I'm gonna go with someone's plan, right? Everyone's fucked next week, though. Literally everyone's fucked.
Paul, you're the biggest idiot in the game. You had such a good opportunity to flush an idol, get rid of Liz, or get rid of Cooper. Such a fucking idiot. Sorry, Mom, for the language.
So that was a mess, huh?
All right, I'll go tally the votes. All right, if anybody has a hidden communion idol and they want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Liz. One vote, Liz. Liz. 2 votes, Liz. Liz. That's 3 votes, Liz. Cooper. It's 3 votes, Liz. 1 vote, Cooper. Tarowski. 3 votes, Liz. 1 vote, Cooper. 1 vote, Tarowski. Cooper. It's 3 votes, Liz. 2 votes, Cooper. 1 vote, Tarowski. Cooper. We have a tie. 3 votes for Liz, 3 votes for Cooper. Alright, this is how it's gonna work. Liz, Cooper, you will not vote. Rest of you, all of you are voting between either Liz or Cooper. Well, you're up first.
I am flying by the seat of my pants, baby, and I love it.
This vote right now is up to Paul. Hopefully he sticks with us, but I have no idea where he's at or what's going on.
I am just glad it was not me.
Alright. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Read the votes. Cooper. 1 vote, Cooper. Cooper. 2 votes, Cooper. Liz. 2 votes, Cooper. 1 vote, Liz. Liz. 2 votes, Cooper. 2 votes, Liz. Person vote out. Survivor Michigan, Victor's Valiant. Cooper. Grab your torch. Cooper, tribe has spoken. Well, as is per usual with this game, I don't even know what's going on. And clearly, this time around, you guys didn't know either. Grab your stuff, head on out.
Next time on Survivor.
Fall was playing both sides all week long.
I don't even know what's going on, so
I can explain myself.
Someone's gonna have to fill me in, by the way.
What am I supposed to do with that information?
The situation was I knew you were threatened by me.
I'm over here if anyone wants to talk. I'll just stand here.
This last literally hour has been absolute chaos. I thought the plan to vote out Liz was solid until about an hour ago. And it was gonna be me, Brittany, Leia, and Thal all voting Liz. Leia and Thal then argued for like a half hour because Thal wanted to vote Mitch and Leia wanted to vote Tarowski. What I figured had happened was that Thal had been the leak, so I didn't want to include him anymore. And so I was like, okay, we're voting Mitch, we're going with your plan, but we need to walk into tribal separately. So I told him to go on ahead, and then I stayed with Brittany and Leia for like a minute, and I was like, okay, we're voting Liz. And then Thal will just vote that way on the revote. I'm guessing that is not what ended up happening. It's been a great semester. It's been a great time, and I met great people. And I got to play it with Leia, which was great. Yeah, other than that, I'm still confused on how all the votes exactly fell. I don't even know what to say. This last hour has just been like, my brain's just fried. I don't even know anymore.